of God, the compassionate and merciful. Mr. Prime Minister and the accompanying entourage, I would like to welcome you and the accompanying delegation. Well, today we had two private and also public meetings, and there we managed to raise the issues for discussion. So I believe that this is a new step that we have taken in the relations of both countries.
Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan and the honorable delegation, I would like to Republic of Iran. We had very successful meetings, and I feel that at the end of these meetings we will be able to take a new step towards the improvement of relations.
One of the important topics on the agenda of today's discussion was the fact that the two countries are determined to expand bilateral relations, and we also emphasized the point that no third country is able to harm the brotherly and cordial relations of Iran and Pakistan and impact it in any way.
One of the main important issues we discussed in our talks today indicated that the two countries are keen on developing relations, and we both emphasized that no third country is able to influence the brotherly and friendly relations between Iran and Pakistan.
The issue of border security was another topic of discussion. Unfortunately, in the past months, we've been witness to some tension on the border area created by terrorists who acted in a savage manner.
And the issue of the security of the borders was also discussed in our meetings. Unfortunately, in recent months, we witnessed some tensions in the borders, and the terrorists did some attacks.
We are pleased to say that the Pakistani side, there are different grouplets that are embarking on inhumane activities, and the Pakistani government has called them and labeled them as terrorists and will treat them as terrorists.
I'm also delighted that the Pakistani side is going to proscribe as terrorist groups any group which in our region is committing inhuman activities.
We also came to an agreement to boost security cooperation. Our border guards, the intelligence officers of both countries, and also a rapid reaction force, a joint rapid reaction force, will be operating on the borders of the two countries to fight terrorism.
We also agreed to expand our security cooperation, particularly in border areas and in security terms, and we also agreed to set up a joint rapid reaction force in order to guard our common borders.
There are great potentialities when it comes to trade and commerce between the two countries. The potential was listed, and we exchanged views, and the two sides agree to expand trade ties.
I believe that there are very good economic and trade capacities between the two countries. In our meeting this morning, we listed these capacities, and we agreed to expand bilateral trade and economic relations.
Iran is prepared to meet the requirements of Pakistan when it comes to oil and gas, also to take necessary measures regarding connecting the gas pipeline to Pakistan. On the part of Iran, all measures have already been taken.
And the Islamic Republic of Iran is prepared to supply the oil and gas needs of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and also the Iranian side has taken all the measures with regards to constructing the pipeline to the border with Pakistan, and necessary measures should be taken with regards to linking the Iranian gas pipeline to Pakistan.
Well, today, export of power existed from Iran to Pakistan. In today's meeting, we told the Prime Minister that we are ready to increase these exports by 10 times.
We discussed the export of electricity to Pakistan, which is now underway. And today I declared to Mr. Prime Minister that Iran is ready to increase the export of electricity to Pakistan 10 times greater than the present export.
Also regarding promotion of commercial ties, we discussed and we tried to form a barter committee between the two countries so that exports and imports could be exchanged between the two countries, and that some kind of a balance could be created this way and accounts could be settled.
And economic relations, we agreed to set up a barter committee.
We are ready to increase these exports by 10 times.
We discussed the export of electricity to Pakistan, which is now underway. And today I declared to Mr. Prime Minister that Iran is ready to increase the export of electricity to Pakistan 10 times greater than the present export.
Also regarding promotion of commercial ties, we discussed and we tried to form a barter committee between the two countries so that exports and imports could be exchanged between the two countries, and that some kind of a balance could be created this way and accounts could be settled.
And economic relations, we agreed to set up a barter committee so that goods and needs of the two countries are exchanged and a barter account is cleared.
Well, there are two major Chabahar and Gwadar port cities. We are keen for these two port cities to have better relations, and so that we could connect the two ports by creating a railway network.
In expanding the two ports of Gwadar and Chabahar, and we are interested in establishing closer relations between two ports so that these two ports could be linked through railway in order to benefit the residents.
In terms of issues related to region and also the need for further cooperation between Iran and Pakistan toward peace and security in Afghanistan, as well as some other regional issues, we exchange views.
We also discussed a variety of issues with regards to regional problems and the necessity of cooperation in order to provide stability and security in Afghanistan. We also discussed other significant regional issues.
Some inaccurate measures have been taken by the U.S. in this region, especially as regards the Quds issue, the Golan Heights, and also insulting the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps. We've also exchanged views on those topics.
We also discussed the inappropriate measures taken recently by the United States in our region, in particular with regards to the Holy Quds, the Golan Heights, and the recent insult by the American administration to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps.
Iran, Pakistan, and Turkey have been founders of the ECO, and the relations among these three countries have always been really good. And today, too, we are keen to see expansion of the three countries' relations, and the railway from Istanbul would be actively linked to Islamabad, so that Europe could be connected to Pakistan and then China.
Iran, Pakistan, and Turkey are the founders of the Economic Cooperation Organization. In the past, the three countries have had very good relations. Today, we are also interested in expanding trilateral cooperation. In particular, we emphasized on the implementation of Istanbul, Tehran, Islamabad railway.
Well, I'm pleased that the Prime Minister has emphasized that he is not taking part in any war coalition. He will never do that. And the two countries are determined to see peace and security prevail in the whole region.
His Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, reiterated that Pakistan is not going to join any military coalition or war coalition, and the determination of the two governments is based on establishing peace and stability.
Mr. Prime Minister also extended an invitation to me for an official visit to Pakistan. I've accepted that invitation, and hopefully in due time I will be able to make a visit to brotherly country of Pakistan and also pay a visit to Islamabad.
Mr. Prime Minister invited me officially to visit Pakistan, and I hope that in the future I would be able to visit my friend country, Pakistan.
Well, I'm confident that this visit by Mr. Prime Minister and his accompanying entourage will serve to be a turning point in the expansion of relations between the two countries. And once again, I would like to thank him for accepting my invitation and visiting Tehran. Of course, before Tehran has already paid a visit to the holy city of Mashhad.
I'm confident that the visit by Mr. Prime Minister and his delegation would be a turning point in improving relations between our two countries. And once again, I have to appreciate His Excellency Mr. Prime Minister to accept my invitation and visit me in Tehran, and also for visiting the holy city of Mashhad.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. President for the way we have been received here, the way my delegation and I have been given hospitality, respect. So on behalf of my delegation, I want to thank you. And then I want to again say two things before I talk about our relationship. That had it been, had the British not come into India in 1800s, you would not need an interpreter because we all used to speak Farsi. The court language for 600 years in India was Farsi. So we would not have to go through an interpreter. Then I also want to again stress that I came here when I was still studying first time to Tehran. And I want to say this, that because this is what I want for Pakistan. I saw in 1972 a big difference between the rich and poor. A big cultural difference between the rich and the poor. And since yesterday I have been seeing that Iran has become a very egalitarian society. There's much more equality in Iran, and I think this should be appreciated because this is what the revolution did. And inshallah, the revolution which we want to bring in Pakistan, when we say Nya Pakistan, New Pakistan, this is what we want to see. The people, the weaker people, the poorer people coming up, and the rich and the poor difference decreasing as it has in Iran.
تشکر میکنم از جناب آقای رئیس جمهور به خاطر احترام و مهمان نوازی که از این جانب و همچنین هیئت همراه داشتند و به نمایندگی از هیئت پاکستان از حضرت عالی کمال تشکر رو دارم. قبل از اینکه وارد مسائل دو جانبه بشیم، دو نکته رو میخواستم مقدمتاً خدمت حضرت عالی عرض بکنم. اگر که انگلیسی ها در سده 1800 به هند نیامده بودند، الان ما داشتیم به زبان فارسی صحبت میکردیم و دیگر به مترجم نیازی نبود. نکته دوم این هست که من در زمانی که دانشجو بودم در سال 1972 سفری رو به تهران داشتم و اون زمان در واقع شکاف فرهنگی عمیقی رو بین فقرا و اغنیا ملاحظه کردم. اما طی دیروز و امروز با چشمان خودم دیدم که این شکاف بسیار بسیار کاهش پیدا کرده و این به خاطر برکات انقلاب شماست. ما هم از انقلاب ایران حمایت میکنیم و همچنین در پاکستان جدید ما هم به دنبال همچین انقلابی هستیم که فاصله فقرا و اغنیا رو کاهش بده.
And the most important reason why I'm here, Mr. President, is because I felt that the issue of terrorism was going to become a divisive part, was going to increase differences between our countries. So it was very important for me to come here and come with our security chief that we resolve this issue. In Pakistan, we have suffered more terrorism than probably any other country. In the past 12 to 13 years, we have lost over 70,000 people to terrorism. And the Pakistan military and Pakistan intelligence agencies, full appreciation must be made to our security agencies, the way they tackled terrorism in Pakistan and overcame it. We are much luckier than Afghanistan, where despite all NATO's strength and despite the Afghan security forces, they could not overcome militancy the way we did in Pakistan. But what we have decided in Pakistan, and this is the entire political spectrum in Pakistan, we have come to the conclusion that we will not allow any militant groups to operate from our soil. We have, this government for the first time in Pakistan is dismantling any militant group in our country. And this is not from outside pressure, it is a decision made through consensus across the political spectrum in Pakistan that we will not allow our soil to be used by anyone against anyone.
مهمترین دلیل سفر من جناب آقای رئیس جمهور به کشور شما این بود که بنده احساس کردم که اگر مسئله تروریسم بین دو کشور وجود نداشت اختلافات افزایش پیدا نمی‌کرد و این مسئله تروریسم هست که باعث افزایش اختلافات شده و مهم بود که من امروز به کشور شما سفر بکنم. همراه من رئیس امنیت پاکستان وجود داره. ما در پاکستان از تروریسم رنج میبریم و شاید کشوری باشیم که بیشترین رنج رو از تروریسم بردیم. طی 12-13 سال گذشته 70,000 تلفات جانی رو ما داشتیم و باید به همین دلیل از ارتش و آژانس‌های اطلاعاتی پاکستان برای مبارزه با تروریسم من تشکر بکنم. ما مثل افغانستان نیستیم که با حضور نیروهای ناتو و همچنین سربازان امنیتی چون هنوز نتوانستند که تروریست را از بین ببرند و ما دستاوردهای فراوانی رو در مبارزه با تروریست داشتیم و اکنون تمام طیوف سیاسی در پاکستان به این نتیجه رسیدند که ما نباید اجازه بدیم که گروه‌های شبه نظامی از خاک ما علیه کشورهای دیگه برای انجام اقدامات تروریستی استفاده بکنند.
Just a few days back, 3 or 4 days back, we have 14 of our security personnel were killed by terrorists in Balochistan. And I know that Iran has suffered from terrorism, which are from groups operating from within Pakistan. So the security chief will be sitting with his counterpart here. And today they will be discussing ways of cooperation, and so that we have trust in each other that both countries will not allow any terrorist activity from their soil. And we hope that this will build confidence between us. It will help build a future relationship where we have complete confidence in each other that we will not allow any damage being done to to your country from our soil.
چند روز قبل، در واقع 2-3 روز قبل بود که 14 پرسنل امنیتی ما در یک عملیات تروریستی در استان بلوچستان پاکستان کشته شدند. ما میدونیم که ایران هم از تروریسم رنج میبره و در واقع از گروه‌هایی که از خاک پاکستان استفاده میکنند رنج میبره. به همین دلیل من رئیس امنیت رو همراه خودم آوردم که با همتایان خودش ملاقات‌هایی را خواهد داشت. ما این اعتماد رو باید برقرار بکنیم و به همدیگر اعتماد داریم که هر دو کشور اجازه نمیدن که خاکشون علیه کشور دیگری برای اقدامات تروریستی استفاده بشه. ما نیازمند اعتماد سازی بیشتر برای همکاری در حوزه‌های مختلف در آینده هستیم.
And then the issue of Afghanistan, the 4 decades of war in Afghanistan has affected Pakistan and Iran. Pakistan hosted at 1.4 million refugees. Today Pakistan has 2.7 million Afghan refugees in our country. I know that Iran also, I think you have almost 3 million refugees in Iran. It is in the interest of both our countries that there is peace in Afghanistan. And if we will cooperate with each other in helping there being a political settlement there. And I know it is in the interest of both of us, because if there is peace in Afghanistan, not just that for people of Afghanistan who have suffered for 4 decades, but it is also, it will help Pakistan and Iran in our trade. Once there's peace, we will have a trade, employment for our people, better standard of living for our people. So we decided to cooperate on that too, on helping there to be a political settlement in Afghanistan.
در حوزه افغانستان هم ما میدونیم که 4 دهه هست که افغانستان در جنگ به سر میبره و مردم افغانستان در حال رنج هستند. ما در پاکستان پذیرای 4 میلیون پناهجوی افغانی هستیم و در ایران هم من اطلاع دارم که 3 میلیون پناهجوی افغانی وجود دارند. بنابراین به نفع هر دو کشور هست که صلح در افغانستان پابرجا بشه. ما آماده همکاری با ایران هستیم تا که 40 سال هست در رنج هستن مفید خواهد بود، بلکه برای مردم پاکستان و ایران هم مفید خواهد بود، چرا که ما میتونیم تجارت خودمون رو افزایش بدیم، اشتغال زایی بکنیم و استانداردهای زندگی رو بالا ببریم. بنابراین
I feel strongly that without justice there is no peace, and a huge amount of injustice is being done to the Palestinian people. The Israeli decision to occupy the Golan Heights, making Jerusalem the capital, violates international laws, is an injustice to the people of Palestine. It will lead to further problems in the Middle East, uncertainty in the Middle East. Similarly, in Kashmir, the United Nations resolution clearly declares that the people of Kashmir will be allowed to decide their own destiny. And unfortunately, in the last 30 years, the Indian security forces, through brute force, have been trying to oppress the people of Kashmir and oppressing them from stating their, having their right to decide their destiny. Over 70,000 people in Kashmir have died every day. The security forces, because of their action, Kashmiris are dying. Once Kashmir is settled, the whole subcontinent will move forward. Trade, benefits of trade for the subcontinent, and then Iran also. If for Iran, Pakistan, Iran having access through Pakistan into the Indian market, to the Chinese market, so the whole area will develop. But the bottom line is that we have to have peace and stability, and that will only come through a political dialogue and not through military means. This is the same in And as for the people of Palestine, and it's the same for the people of Kashmir, justice will bring peace, not force.
و احساس میکنم که بدون عدالت صلحی برقرار نخواهد شد. الان بی‌عدالتی گسترده‌ای علیه مردم فلسطین در جریان هست، به ویژه تصمیم اسرائیل برای اشغال بلندی‌های جولان و همچنین اعلام کردن اورشلیم به عنوان پایتخت اسرائیل که این در تناقض با حقوق و قوانین بین المللی هست و حقوق فلسطینی ها رو ضایع میکنه و باعث بی‌ثباتی بیشتر در خاورمیانه میشه. همین وضعیت هم در کشمیر وجود داره. قطعنامه سازمان ملل حق تعیین سرنوشت کشمیری ها رو به رسمیت شناخته، اما حدود 30 سال هست که نیروهای هندی به مردم کشمیر فشار میارن و اونها رو سرکوب میکنن و 700,000 کشمیری تا کنون کشته شدن و نیروهای امنیتی هند روزانه تعداد زیادی از مردم کشمیر رو به قتل میرسونند. راه حل نظامی در کشمیر پاسخگو نیست. ما نیازمند دیالوگ و یافتن راه حل سیاسی هستیم. اگر که مشکل کشمیر حل بشه، کل شبه قاره پیشرفت خواهد کرد و تجارت برقرار خواهد شد. برای ایران و پاکستان هم مهم هست که این اتفاق بیفته، چرا که ایران از طریق پاکستان میتونه به بازار هند و چین متصل بشه و اینها منوط به این هست که صلح و ثبات از طریق گفتگوی سیاسی و دیالوگ و نه راه حل نظامی برقرار بشه. موضوع کشمیر هم همانند موضوع فلسطین هست.
And finally, we discussed all ways of cooperation between the two countries, how we can improve trade between our two countries, which will benefit both of us. In particular, we are interested in the way, since the revolution, the Iranian government increased primary health care. Iran has one of the best primary health cares in the world, and we brought our newly appointed health minister to understand how we can benefit from the Iranian experience of primary health care. Apart from that, in energy and other areas, science and technology, we can benefit from each other. So we have brought our team, we have brought our minister, especially of industry and commerce, how we can find ways of increasing our trade and cooperation, because at the moment we have very limited amount of trade with each other, and inshallah the idea is that once we improve trade, both countries will benefit from each other. So I want to again thank you, Mr. President, for the hospitality and the way we have been treated here, the way the talks have gone. I want to especially again thank you for this.
و در نهایت هم ما حوزه‌های همکاری رو مورد بحث قرار دادیم و به این نتیجه رسیدیم که تجارت به نفع هر دو کشور خواهد بود و باید یکی از بهترین نظام‌ها رو از زمان انقلاب در دنیا داره و من وزیر جدید بهداشت رو همراه خودم آوردم. ما علاقه‌مند هستیم که از تجربه ایران در حوزه مراقبت اولیه بهداشتی استفاده بکنیم. در حوزه انرژی و حوزه‌های دیگر از جمله علوم و فناوری هم تیم خوبی رو همراه خودم آوردم. وزیر صنعت و تجارت اینجا هست که بتونه روشی و ترتیباتی رو برای ارتقای مناسبات تجاری پیدا بکنه و انشالله این مشکل حل خواهد شد. جناب آقای رئیس جمهور، بار دیگه به طور ویژه از حضرت عالی تشکر میکنم به خاطر مهمان نوازی و پذیرایی خوبتون.
Thank you.
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म पाकिस्तान